Donald Trump continues to criticize President Biden and the Democrats for the rising consumer prices in the U.S., despite the role his own policies may have played in those very increases. As the nation of U.S. faces inflationary pressures, both sides of the political spectrum are locked in a heated debate. On Tuesday, Trump doubled down on his claims that the Biden administration was in fact responsible for the rising prices affecting American families. The president said that we are bringing prices down, but inflation has surged over the past year.
But that's our message. They gave you high prices. They gave you the highest inflation in history, and we're bringing those prices down rapidly. Lower prices, bigger paychecks. You're getting lower prices, bigger paychecks. We're getting inflation. We're crushing it. And you're getting much higher wages.
Everyday goods prices have remained high this year. Inflation, which peaked in 2022 at a four-decade high of 9.1%, has slightly cooled since then, but still remains above historical norms. A key factor for price pressures, Trump's aggressive Liberation Day tariffs announced in April. Tariffs on goods from foreign markets have resulted in higher prices for many consumer items, with companies warning the import taxes could lead to reduced hiring and more expensive goods for American families. Now, despite the warnings, Trump remains confident. In fact, when asked about his own handling of the economy, Trump rated it as A+, adding A+++++. That's really quote unquote. That's what the US president said. But not everyone agrees to this. Clearly, House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries sharply criticized Trump's assessment of the economy. He said the Trump Republican economy is not an A+, but it is a disaster. He argued that if the economy were graded by the American people, it would likely get a failing grade. He pointed to the rising cost of living as evidence that Trump's economic policies are not benefiting everyday Americans.
The Trump Republican economy is not an A+. Everyday Americans are not confused about that. And if there's any debate as to the success or failure of this economy related to how it may be graded, the only question is whether the American people would give it a D for disaster or an F for failure.
Jeffries also took aim at Republicans for not extending tax credits for the Affordable Care Act, an issue that continues to divide the political parties.
Downvote. All we need are 4 House Republicans. Just 4. There are 219. All we need are 4 to join us. Keep your word to the American people that you are not going to let the Affordable Care Act tax credits expire.
And there's more on this from my colleague Susan Tehrani, who sends us this report from New York.
President Trump zeroed in on what's now America's #1 concern, affordability, highlighting low gas and egg prices, tax cuts, and regulatory rollbacks, while blaming Democrats for the cost of living squeeze. But polls show that across party lines, Americans are deeply stressed about the cost of living, and many don't feel that they're getting ahead financially. Nearly 3/4 of Trump's own voters say the cost of living feels bad or even the worst ever. And location matters too. The president's rally was in Monroe County, part of Pennsylvania that flipped from Biden in 2020 to Trump in 2024, helping him secure the swing state. It's in a competitive zone, Pennsylvania's 8th district, where a freshman GOP representative holds a narrow seat that Democrats are hoping to take in 2026. Winning back trust there is crucial for Republicans holding the House after the midterms. Susan Tehrani reporting from New York for WION World is One.